Welcome back to When Nice Guys Retaliate. Well, retaliation just basically means we become better men. Today I have an interesting topic, but I don't think a lot of people think about it. And it's really kind of a backwards trap for, good men and men who have good intentions. And the trap is not knowing the difference between a woman that lets you love her and a woman that actually does love you. A woman that lets you love her is really almost using your love, your compassion, your time. It's almost like she views it as a punishment with benefits, or I guess you could say maybe like she views it as a manipulation. And the problem with it is really it's a reverse manipulation, because she's looking at you like you're forcing yourself on her. And you really have to pay attention to how she treats you, what she says, and what she does to hopefully get yourself out of the trap. And I believe this could go from just a friendship, go into a relationship, and potentially into a marriage too as well. And I think it's the reason why when you see a lot of women get divorced, they act like they're a victim, and they act like they're being having to go through some excruciating pain, but in reality, they're really just sucking resources out of you. And there's like, yeah, I was taken care of, but it was horrible. And all the bills are paid. He was taking care of me. He was trying to buy me everything, but it was horrible because he wanted me to be on a budget. He didn't want me just to spend money like it was no end in sight. She also had to make love to him. Oh my God, that was horrible. But those are things that that's the type of mentality that they have, is that really, even though you're doing all the work to love them and take care of them, make sure they're safe, they really view you as a punishment to them, or as almost like, I hate to say it, but rape type situation, But for you, with good intentions in mind, you're just trying to love her, be a good man to her. So, a woman that is really loving you is actually going to receive your love. She's going to appreciate your love. And she's also going to try to pay it back, Because in life is about exchanges. People talk about exchanges in relationships like there is no exchange. In reality, you got to be some type of immature person to believe that there is no exchange in a relationship. The only type of relationships that really there is not I guess you could say, a day-to-day exchange is with kids. A kid usually receives a lot of love, a lot of help, a lot of provision while they're kids. Okay? Now, on the flip side of it, usually when that kid grows up and the parent gets older, the kid basically starts taking care of the parent, or one or two kids, or all the kids. Ideally, all the kids would do it if the parents need it. But it's still an exchange. It's just on a different time frame. In a marriage or a relationship, it should be a daily daily situational exchange between both partners. part of the manipulation that some women have. But I'll also say this as a caveat. Some women don't know what love is. They've never seen it because they never had a father in their life, or their mom intentionally kept their father in their life, or their mom was keeping them, using the kid as a weapon against the man. And so keeping the relationship as broken as possible, as separate as possible, works to her advantage. Because if that kid ever got to the point where they thought, oh, my dad really loves me, that kid would probably leave the mom. I've seen videos where, and this is kind of messed up, not really, where grandma, she really loves the kid. Grandpa loves the kid too. But when the kid comes to see the grandparents, the kid will run past the grandma and run to the grandpa. Now, in my opinion, that's hilarious. Because on one side of my mind, I'm thinking, I know that women, they love their kids, all right? Grandmas love their kids. And probably more so to a degree than grandpa, I would say, in theory. But grandpa, daddy are the fun parents usually. Men are the ones that usually the kids have fun with, come to when they need help. And we're the ones that actually, I think, have the wisdom a lot of times. Not saying women don't, but some women do. There are women who are great women out there who are very, very, very smart. And, you know, it's even alluded, the Bible even talks about it, you know. So don't think I'm trying to bash women. I'm just saying that there are some women that you shouldn't mess with. Some women that are just totally not worth your time and effort. And in this regard, you really got to stay mindful of the type of women that you're dealing with. See if she is reciprocating love to you. See if she actually tells you that she loves you. Look at her face when you want to be intimate with her, if you're in a committed relationship or marriage, if I could, I'll say, because I don't think you should have sex outside of marriage, because I think it's just too dangerous for both men and women. Women in a different way, but I don't think a lot of women, I don't think a lot of women understand it in the regard that I think is dangerous. But you do have women who understand or value relationships to a point to where they keep themselves pure for their husband, and which I think is really, really important. Because, going off topic, if you think about it, every person, I'll just say it like this, from a woman's point of view, if she considered every man, maybe think out that way. If she considered a man, the man she wanted to be with, if she was with a man that had a whole bunch of partners, and every one of his partners he divorced, and they took 10% of his income every single time, and he had 6 partners, that means she's only going to get 40% of what he's totally worth. And in the same token, a woman has had a whole lot of partners, and we'll say even baby daddies, you're only really getting, even if she is totally committed to you, you're only going to get, let's just say she got 6 kids, you're going to only get maybe 40% of her time. Alright, unless she's a good woman that really values relationships. But a a good woman that really values relationships probably won't have 6 kids. Because she knows that kids do not, they secure relationships, all right? But kids don't really, dang, that's a tough one. Kids don't necessarily, well, I'll say it like this. Kids don't add to intimacy. Kids take away from intimacy. However, if you are with the person that you had a kid with, and they love you love each other, that actually creates a stronger bond between you, which is a good thing. But in the situation of marrying a single mother, it actually takes away from you. However, there are situations where men, or I should just say, you can marry somebody who is a virgin, and you can have your kid with her. All right. Now, if she does not have the best mentality, she will actually prioritize the kid over you. Now, I think this may be a situation where if you marry someone who, a woman who was basically a kid to a single mother, I think it would probably be more so in that case, because her only viewpoint of a relationship with a kid was from a single mother's point of view. She never saw the balanced relationship between a man and a woman to where they equally loved, and the kid wasn't the focus because the wife had a husband to focus on. So I think in that situation that she would possibly prioritize the kid. And that might be I think that's probably a good question in conversation too when you're dating and stuff like that, is does the woman prioritize kids? Or you can also be a little bit more diplomatic about it and say, hey, were you born in a single parent home or did you have both your parents? Because that actually, your situation and that person's situation actually plays a lot into how a relationship is going to pan out. Because you see, whatever you see in a relationship is probably what you're going to emulate in a relationship. So ideally, you'll want to come from a 2-parent home, and you'll want her to come from a 2-parent home. That, in most cases, without abuse and stuff like that, is going to give you the best mix of experiences to have your own family and have your own strong family. But when you have situations where the woman or the man has not been in that situation, it introduces other issues because you don't have that balance, and people really don't understand that in nowadays. But what you see in life is what you're going to probably emulate. Unless you're one of the people that are strong enough to be able to see stuff in life and then make appropriate changes to actually change that or break the family curse, so to speak. That would be a situation where you have a single mom who has a daughter. But the single mom, let's just say she decides to do the right way, so she goes and she finds herself a good man, becomes a stepfather to the kid. She respects that man, and the man, is a good man. The man actually loves the woman and loves the kid. And what she does is she understands her situation where she came from, but she makes active attempts to balance it out, to show her daughter and herself what a husband's supposed to be and do, assuming she picked a good husband. And the idea, and this is where the kid comes in too, because the kid can also have a challenging personality, and they can actually mess it up. But at least seeing the relationship gives them the idea of what it's supposed to be, like the stability of it. But that's still that's still a gamble in itself, because kids, they have the blood of their father and they have the blood of their mother. And if their blood is rebellious, or I want to do whatever I want to do, then that's just another issue. But it still gives them that opportunity for that stability. However, it can lead to situations where she knows what to do, but her mind says something different. And that's a whole nother issue right there, because we do run into stuff like that. But you really need to pay attention to that woman and see if she is receiving your love as opposed to reciprocating your love. All right. But I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I hope you guys understand the concept between a woman who just lets you love her as opposed to a woman that actually does love you. So, like, comment, subscribe. If you got any additional thoughts, put it in the comments, and hit that notification bell if you want to hear when I actually upload videos, because I don't upload them all the time. Just when I have a good subject. Sometimes it can be more frequent, sometimes not, you know. And if you guys got any subjects that you want me to give my opinion on, just let me know. Put it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. All right? This has been When Nice Guys Retaliate, where when we retaliate, we become better men. We don't mess with people, beat them up and stuff like that. All right? Take care.